YouTubers? Merrix here again with the new video game review! Yes, he's here too. Decided to bring him back because I figured out how to use this program a little bit better. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But let's get back to what originally brought me into this. Another review. This was, let's say was because I already put it up before. My pick for 2012's Game of the Year for me, Far Cry 3. First starting of the game, I didn't know whether or not I would like it, but the more and more I played through and the better and better I got at this game, it got 10 times better the more upgrades you got, and Lord, it is probably one of the best games I have ever played for the Xbox 360, next to the Gears of War series and next to Halo. But it beat Halo 4 for me for Game of the Year, though Halo is still awesome to me. Alright, let's get to the gameplay. Well, usually I start with story, but I'm getting with gameplay first. The gameplay, first-person shooter. You have a skill tree that deals with what kind of abilities he has, such as takedowns, which is the first thing you must get. Get that first thing. You play this game because of my review, or play this game because you saw my review. Make sure your first skill tree upgrade you get is the takedown, because that is a requirement in this game to go far. Because you only get 1 point, get that the first thing. Anyway, you have a skill tree that is like your weaponry, your survival skills, and harvesting, such as animal skins and medicine stuff. I also suggest for the medicines, I didn't get anything else but the healing. I don't care about the other stuff. And when I would upgrade my bag to hold as many syringes as I could, I had 9. I had them all healing. Even though you have a first aid skill that can increase your health by 2, 4, 6, I still had a bunch of healing stuff, and I still do to this day with the game. There's 2 islands on the game. You saw on the first one, it took me at least 10 plus hours to get through the first island, which is a good amount. Probably a little bit less than that, probably about 8 to 9. First thing I would suggest to do when you play this game is to go around and skin the animals you need to craft your items, because you need weapon holsters, and it's simple to get the all 3 of the weapon holsters that you need, because at first you already get the first one, obviously. Also increase your ammo pouches, because you need as much ammo as possible in this game, at least to level 3, which is there's plain, rugged, and whatever the third one was. At least to level 3, because then you can hold up to 180 assault rifle ammo. And the next one up, you have to do a hunting thing anyway. The first 3 levels of a crafting pouch, you must get at least, you can do up to 3, and then the next ones deal with hunting. The hunting quests. Also, grenade stuff. I think the level 3 pouch, you can hold up to 6. I don't use grenades that much, but when I need to, I use some Motolovs that throw them, they explode, and they burn people off. Those are helpful against heavies, but also the grenades are too. As you go through the game, you also have to take down radio towers. To do this, you must climb up the radio towers and disable the hacking devices or something they put on the radio towers. The first time you do this, you got a pistol, and you have to go up, disable it, and then you're done. With each one you complete, might as well say complete. Each one you complete, you gain a new weapon in the store that you get for free. You start off with, like, I think 4 each, and I think 2 for the specials. Still 4. Shotguns. Shotguns you have 2. Snipers you have 2. Assault rifles you have 4. Pistols you have 3. Something like that. But each one you take down, you get maybe 1 or 2 weapons in the shop that you can buy for free. Very good, and the more you do on the first island, you start getting special weapons, which are like a pistol with a silencer and all kinds of stuff where you actually get 3 or 4 attachments, which you can't do. In this game, most you can get is 2, and there's some weapons you can't even get attachments. Alright. Next part of it, you can also take down compounds, which I call them compounds. I don't know what they're actually called. But you go to these places, first thing you must do, disable the alarms. If you don't disable the alarms, these guys are going to call the alarms, and there's going to be a bunch of dudes that's going to come in and take you out. Maybe. But if at the beginning there's only 1 alarm, you can shoot it and you're done. Then they can't use it if you destroy it. But if you disable it, I think you get a little bit more points that way, or XP. So do that. Sneak around as much as possible. Crouch. Do whatever you can. If you remain undetected for 2 places where they don't detect you at all, there's a skill that you actually unlock that happens later on. You have to do a bunch of missions to get that, but I suggest doing this at the beginning. It's called Ninja Walk or something like that, where you can walk normally or run and the sound is gone. They can't hear you at all. Because I ran up to a dude. He didn't even bother to turn around. I came up behind him, caught him in the neck, ripped his throat out, done. That was quick and easy. Let's get to the story this time. I didn't touch on the first-person shooter part because it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, aim down the sights, all that stuff, fine. The story, you play as a character named Jason. I do not recall his last name for some reason. The first thing that happens, you see this little screen that's showing what all they do on this island and everything. Then the screen pulls away, and it's a pirate holding a phone that's showing you all this. His name is Voss. By far, one of the best villains this year, behind Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2. And you and your brother, who's also in there with you, one of your brothers, escapes. He's a Marine, so he has combat training. So you go through the first level. He kills 2 guys. Jason is like, oh my god, you killed those 2 people, oh my god. He's like a pansy at the beginning of the game. So continue on with the game, even though you're like, oh my god, he's such a pussy. But, you know. You can continue on through the game. Right before you get ready to escape, Jason's brother gets shot in the neck by Voss, and he dies. Next thing you know, your character's running through the forest and jumps into a river, gets washed away. That's it for Voss for a little while, maybe a couple levels. Game came out 2 months ago. Not going to spoil too much of it, but the thing you have to do is rescue your 4 friends and your other brother. That's the main part of the story, but you also have to help these tribe members regain their territory and all that stuff, which is a requirement. Compound stuff, all those, but I suggest doing all those right away. I did that the first part, and then I go to the next level. It's like level, chapter 2, maybe? I don't know. Whatever that is. Continue on with the story. You eventually meet up with the tribe leader, and she decides to help you do all this. You have to help her, you know. You have to help all these people, help your friends, all that stuff. By the end of the game, you have to face off against Voss's boss, beat him. Then you have to make a decision at the end of the game. You must make a decision at the end of the game whether or not to stay with the tribe or go home with your friends. Always good to give you a choice at the end. Alright. The music sets up the tone for the game, whether you're driving. When you're driving, the radio comes on. I don't know how to switch the radio. I don't think you can, which is kind of weird. When you get into a battle, the battle song comes up. It's very, very good. Everything like that. You know, the music blends well with the game. Alright, that was gameplay, story, music. That's pretty much it. Now it's time for the score. What score am I going to give this game? It was already proclaimed in my Game of the Year stuff. Game of the Year stuff. It is going to get a 5 out of 5. Why is that? I have absolutely no problems with the game. There's no dull moment for me. Even hunting, I'm having a fun time. You know, even if this bores. When you're facing a tiger, have a shotgun. Have a shotgun. But yeah, the game gets a 5 out of 5 by far. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the game. The game is fully awesome. So, this is going to be Delta Merrix with another new video game review. Delta Merrix signing out.